Our Lady of Angels School Fire by Brandon Massey. On Monday, December 1st, 1958, in Chicago, Illinois, shortly before classes were to be dismissed for the day, a fire broke out at Our Lady of the Angels School. The elementary school was operated by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Chicago and had approximately 1,600 students, ranging from kindergarten to 8th grade. On this cold December day, so close to Christmas, tragedy would strike, and before the school bell would ring, 87 pupils and 3 nuns would pay the ultimate price. Months later, the number would rise to a total of 95 people. Near the end of the school day, smoke, heat, fire, and toxic gases cut off a large number of students and staff on the second floor. Their normal means of escape through the corridors and stairways was taken away from them. Many more were injured when they jumped from the second floor windows, which, because the building had been on a raised basement, were nearly as high as the third floor would be on level ground. The building was added on and remodeled many times throughout the years from its original build date of 1910. The devastation was confined to the second floor of the north wing. The north wing was part of the original 2-story structure built in 1910, but remodeled several times over through the years, and the floors had multiple layers of flammable varnish and petroleum-based waxes. The wing originally consisted of first floor church and a second floor school. The entire building became a school. The new church, a much larger church, was opened in 1939. A south wing, also dating from 1939, was built and connected in 1951 by an annex to the north wing. The two original buildings and the annex formed a U-shape. The building was technically up to code when it was inspected in the few weeks prior to the tragic fire. The fire ignited in a cardboard trash bin in the basement and was near the stairwell and filled the stairwell with thick black smoke until a glass window broke from heat and allowed the fire to breathe. The fire had been burning for an estimated 20 minutes undetected, and after it started to grow, another 5 minutes went by. At this time, the school was alerted to the fire, but since the building had no real detection system or alarm, this fire was now a monster and was filling the corridors with thick black smoke, heat, and toxic gases. Sadly, the school met the 1958 fire codes due to a grandfather clause that did not require the schools to retrofit to a new standard if they already met previous regulations, and because of this, legally it met all of the code requirements, but was far from the new laws and standards. This school had a large amount of fire hazards. The school lacked so many details, it's sad to say they met the codes by law. Here are some of the issues discovered. Above the classroom doors, the glass transom windows could and did break, allowing smoke, fire, heat, and toxic gases into the classrooms where the children were huddled in corners. The school only had one fire escape, and it was on the other side of the main hallway, which was cut off by the fire. They had no automatic fire alarms, although the south wing, the newer of the two wings, had unmarked pole stations. Either way, those unmarked pole stations weren't connected directly to the fire department. Also, they lacked any real fire doors to slow the progression of the fire through the corridors. The building lacked any type of heat detectors, and to top it all off, so the students wouldn't play with the fire extinguishers, they were mounted nearly 7 feet high on the walls, so they were unreachable even for some of the staff. Here are several images from the fire. The first image is on the left. Is one of the most famous pictures taken used in Life magazine and was used in prevention for years after this fire. The center is the picture of the building that was completely involved, smoke coming out of all the cracks. And the right picture is what's left of the center hallway after the fire. Changes in moving forward. The remains of the school were dismantled in 1959, and a new Our Lady of the Angels school was constructed in compliance with the latest required fire safety standards, such as installing sprinkler systems. The three-story building opened in September of 1960, with donations from around the world to help fund the new construction. Chicago passed a law stating that schools were required to have alarm boxes connected to the street box, therefore directly connected to the fire department. All schools would have sprinklers installed, and within 1 year of this fire, some 16,500 older buildings were brought up to code. Sadly, in the 1990s, due to poor enrollment, the Archdiocese of Chicago closed the school after the class of 1999 graduated. Here are the references used.